Aaron Rodgers is doing too much to be a great football player at age 40 years old. He had a great run in Green Bay. He probably would have had a great season last year for the Jets if not for tearing his Achilles heel 3 snaps into the season. But now, this year, in year 2 with the Jets can't score. Aaron Rodgers looks like a shell of himself. He's throwing interceptions. He cost the Jets the game. Yesterday, with his constant interceptions, they would have beaten the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings are an undefeated team. They're a good team. Many people, maybe they're the best team in football right now. But the Jets would have won that game if Aaron Rodgers was sharp. He was not. And we should not be shocked that Aaron Rodgers isn't sharp. Football and the quarterback position cannot be your side hustle. And that's what Aaron Rodgers has done to his football career. He's made football his side hustle. The man spent the offseason thinking about running for vice president with RFK. He spent the offseason in Egypt rather than attending a mandatory OTA or a mandatory OTA. Told the Jets, nah, I need to go over here to Egypt. I'm good. Football is his side hustle. He's taken the game for granted, and this will not be a replay of the 2015 Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. You remember they got off to a terrible start, and Aaron Rodgers, RELAX, relax. Play shot number 1. Let's remind everybody of Aaron Rodgers telling Packers fans, just relax.
5 letters here, just for everybody out there in Packerland and yourself today. RELAX. Relax. We're gonna be okay.
I've got how many? I only need one hand. FLOP. I got 4 letters. FLOP. Flop. That's what Aaron Rodgers in New York has been, and I think is going to go down in history as. The man has turned football into a side hustle. He's too distracted. The Jets are 2-3. Look, it's only 5 games into the season. The Buffalo Bills lead the division at 3-2, but Aaron Rodgers just does not look good, does not look sharp. You can't look, and the offensive line for the Jets has been terrible. The Jets' offensive line has been terrible, and he is getting hit, but Aaron Rodgers can't move the same, and he's not throwing the same. That, I think it was a back shoulder throw that he actually threw towards the ground and on the inside rather than the outside. The last interception, it cost them the game. It's just a horrible throw. The one he floated over the middle and missed the wide receiver way over the top. Just a terrible throw. The Jets they've scored 93 points this year in 5 games. Boy, this is going to take some extra special math here. 5 divided into 93 leaves 43. They're averaging 18 points a game. Is that right? 18 times 5 is 90? Yeah. Yes, 18 point. Oh, look at Butter. Thank you, Butter. 18.6 points per game with Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback. That's unacceptable. Only Buffalo is scoring in that division. The Dolphins have scored 60. They don't have Tua. The New England Patriots are playing with Jacoby Brissett. They scored 62. But 18 points a game, that's unacceptable for Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers right now, let me make sure I thought I had this committed to memory, but I don't. 7 TDs, 4 interceptions. FLOP. And the 2024 year is turning into the year of flops. Because we will also, beyond Aaron Rodgers, we will also, Alabama. we'd have to put the Alabama Crimson Tide on the list of flops this year based on the fact they just got beat by Vanderbilt. 2024 is turning into an incredible year of flops. Joker 2, that's why we've dressed Aaron Rodgers up here as the Joker. Joker 2, an incredible flop. One of the worst movies, people said, in the history of movie making. How about this flop? Diddy. How about More Money, More Problems? Diddy's locked up. There's a flop for you. And then the last thing I would put on my year of 2024 flops, Tom Brady. Tom Brady in the broadcast booth has to be considered a flop. Not good. 2024 is the year of flops with Aaron Rodgers leading the list right now, and I don't think he's going to rectify it. Let's play SOT number 2. Here's Aaron Rodgers telling the Jets and everybody, hey, we just got to stick together. We'll make a run. Play the clip.
The most important positive to take with us is if we stick together, because there'll be a lot of people outside the building who won't be sticking with the Jets. So we stick together. I still have a lot of confidence in this team. I think it's a team that's going to make a run. Now, whether that run starts next week, the following week, or whenever it might be, I'm confident in our guys. I'm confident in leadership, and confident we'll get this thing straightened out.
They got time, and they're in the right division. The Dolphins stink and are going to stink until Tua comes back, and who knows if Tua is going to come back. The Patriots have Jacoby Brissett at quarterback, and Drake May's the kid they drafted. That's not getting fixed. And the Buffalo Bills have Sean McDermott, who just doesn't know how to manage the clock, and we'll get into that with Steve Kim. So there is time. But this Jets team, let's say they do turn around and go 9-7, or is it 9-8 now? 9-8 is to play 17 games. They go 9-8. Sneak into the playoffs. They ain't peeing a drop in the playoffs. This thing is a flop. They brought Aaron Rodgers there to win a Super Bowl and to make the Jets a Super Bowl contender. This is an incredible flop, and it could turn into a historical flop. Guy played 3 snaps last year. I think it was 2 or 3 snaps last year. They're off to a 2-3 start this year. Aaron Rodgers just plays a horrible game against the Minnesota Vikings, cost them that game. Let's put this flop in context. What are the greatest flops in the history of America? I got a little bias here. You guys know I got a tiny bias. I'm going to put at the top of my list 2011 LeBron James and the Miami Heat getting beat by the Dallas Mavericks with LeBron melting down. The Titanic, that would have to be considered an incredible flop. The greatest luxury liner ever built that fell to the bottom of the ocean on its first voyage. Nick Saban in the NFL. That's got to be considered a flop. Now, look, and so I don't want you to think I'm beating up on Aaron Rodgers here and that I dislike Aaron Rodgers. Nick Saban flopped. He's still one of the, greatest coaches, one of the greatest sports figures of all time, but his NFL career was a flop. Anybody remember New Coke? Butter, you remember New Coke?
I do remember.
New
Briefly.
Coke. Yeah, that flopped big time. And then, if I were being honest, in terms of things that have disappointed me the most in my life, this actually would be number 1 on the list. Because no one loves The Godfather 1 and 2 more than me. Godfather 3 was a flop. Godfather 3 was a flop. And that's, those are the greatest historical flops of all time. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss a moment of Fearless.